get ready with me as I do a self-tape audition. I'm gonna start off with a little moisturizer. And in this audition, I am gonna be auditioning for an office baddie. Well, not quite a baddie, just I'm gonna be in the office. I don't really want to go crazy with the makeup. Again, in the office, I just want to be kind of cool and put together, like nicely, not my usual of just kind of like nothing. So now that that's on, I'm gonna go with a little Dior Backstage for my under eye bags, and I'm just gonna dab that, dab. And most time I like to just kind of dab it in with my fingers. Yes, it is a little lighter, but it kind of melt in, and plus I'm gonna put powder on top of it shortly. But yeah, I like to dab it in, and there's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. If you're a girly that loves to use brushes or sponges, like, by all means, use that brush, use that sponge. But I am not going anywhere. I'm just gonna be here in the house doing like a 2-second audition, so there's no need to go all out. Like, that's why I didn't put any like primer on. I just didn't want to look ashy. Okay, and now that that's in, I kind of just want to go over my eyelids just a tad. I probably will not do an eyeshadow with this particular look. And now that that's done, I'm even going to do like a slight daytime contour, like down the middle of my nose and just a bit to highlight my forehead. Let's get slight contour. Again, I'm going to use my fingers, but there's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. Do what you can do, you normally do. Yeah, so I'm just spreading that around, getting that to melt in. That's another reason I use my fingers too, because I feel like with my own skin, you know, just getting it to melt in, look more skin-like, versus if I'm with my clients, I typically use brushes. I am not typically using my fingers at all. Okay, so now just kind of finishing up the slight nose contour. I usually don't go all the way down my nose. My nose is long enough. I don't need it to appear any longer than it actually already is. So typically just kind of taper that out towards the bottom. I am going to go in with a brush. So I'm not going to like bake or anything. I just want to set down my concealer. So I'm not using a lot of the setting powder. You know what I was thinking? So when you're an actress and you're getting ready for different roles, and you know, you have to build out a character, and every character is different. Like, you know, obviously I'm doing an office baddie, and I'm like, I keep saying baddie. They said nothing of the sorts in the caption. They never said baddie. I'm adding baddie in there. But you know, you never know what they envision for the character specifically. Like, you know, is it something kind of ugly? You know, and you know what? It makes me think about Mariah Carey when she played in Precious. Like, we know Mariah Carey to be this like gorgeous woman, and honestly, she's a great actress too. But was she as beautiful as we're used to seeing her? Not really. But I mean, I guess just being an actress, like, it is what it is. Okay, so now that that's on, I'm going to go in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium plus and in medium deep, just to give a little color to my face. Don't want to walk around looking like a ghost, especially because, like, you know, we're coming into winter or the fall season, and you know, your summertime tan, it goes away, and that's not cool. I'm just gonna add a little color around the other spaces of my face, really, just to not be so bright, you know. And plus, like with the lights, I feel like it's kind of important not to be so pale. Or it just could be my preference, to be honest. I prefer not to look crazy pale. So I'm just gonna do like a face frame, really. Just go around my face. And then you don't want to forget the neck. Next, I'm gonna go in with a little Dior blush. I really like this one. I use this quite a bit. Isn't it cool? It has the color and then it has the shimmer. And if you've seen me do makeup on other people, you may know that I love shimmer, but we're not gonna do the shimmer this time. We're just gonna do a little bit of blush. And for me, the blush works better when it's right on the cheek. Next, I'm gonna go in and do some brows. This is Makeup Forever Soft Brown. And I don't really do like a heavy draw with my brows. I just kind of brush them up and fill them in slightly. I don't want to go crazy. I will bring them in slightly though. I will, like, ever so slightly, and they're just like hair strokes, right? Like no like block of hair or drawing or whatever. So I'm gonna do a little bit of eyeliner before I put the lashes on. So I want to get in high and tight, and because I'm very nearsighted, I'm gonna do that off camera. Okay, liner is on and it's tight in the lash line. So next I'm gonna go in with my lashes, and these say Only All. Amazon fine, do with that information as you will, but they're just like really super duper natural. Like I don't want to go heavy with the lashes. I just want to have just a little something. While I'm waiting for the glue to dry on my lashes, so this part is no speaking, or is you speak, but for this audition particularly, it's all reaction. So it's more of a pantomime, which is really interesting because one of the last acting classes I've been in, it was a lot of pantomime. So I'm like, I am about to shine in this particular area. Also, like, I love a little bit of improv. I feel like I really do well at improv, and really getting into the character, like becoming the character and just, you know, saying what I think that character will say versus like, you know, reading the lines. Because sometimes when I read the lines, I'm like, that don't make sense, or why did they put them instead of they? You know, I analyze it, I'm overthinking. So if I could just like start talking and doing what I think is best, which is, you know, I didn't write the script obviously, but I'm just like, I think improv. I should do improv. Okay, let me stick these lashes on. Alrighty, pop those lashes on. Looks like I'm gonna be an office baddie anyway. I wanted a little bit more of a natural look, but I'm gonna roll with it because why not? So I'm gonna do a little mascara, just a little bit. If you've ever worked with me as a client, or you've seen my last Get Ready With Me, I'm big on melting the two lashes together. Some people put their mascara on before they put their lashes on. I put my lashes on first and then put the mascara on, and just like really melting the two. Again, I don't want to go too heavy on the lashes. I don't want them any more dramatic than they already are, but I mean, for me, melting the two is important, because a lot of times when you're doing your makeup, especially your eyes, sometimes the powder, your face, you know, you're powdering your face and powder gets all over the place, including your lashes. So, you know, it's really important to make sure you put mascara on to kind of like block out or erase whatever powder accidentally got on your lashes. To top off this look, I am going to do a little MAC lipstick. I have no idea what color that is. The name definitely rubbed off, but it's a pretty pink. And I want to keep it light, simple, and sweet. I'm just going to go right in with the lipstick. I'm not lining my lips. A lot of times when I line my lips, it's not even for the like color. I mean, yes, the color, but a lot of times it's to help the lipstick stay on longer. So, you know, there are lip primers that you can use first, but typically I like to use a lip liner and color in the entire lip and then put the lipstick on and then put your lip gloss on if that's something that you choose to do. So I am going to go in with a little bit of lip glass, and it's another MAC. This one's called See-Through, and it's actually one of my faves. I've had this in my makeup kit for years and years, and it goes on a little weird, you know, goes on a little, but and sometimes I have like it's like a little white cast. But I am going to put it on and it's going to melt in. And also I'm like a big component of not like, you know, I want you to, you know, pat it. Don't go crazy. Then you move all the color around and it's a different color and it's a different whole situation. Just lightly, don't go crazy. Just a little, just light. Okay, alrighty, my audition look is complete. And you might say, Carmen, that looks like something you would do if you were going to dinner. Well, you would be right. This is pretty much what I would do if I was going out to look kind of, I don't know. But this is, for today's purposes, this is an office look. Thank you. Okay, so now I need to pick my outfit out for the audition. Typically, they don't like a lot of fuss around the clothing, but I do want to look the part. So this is what I decided on. I feel like it's officey, right? I think this will be okay. I'm gonna go with this one.